You are now listening to Feeding Off Each Other.
Welcome to Feeding Off Each Other, the weekly podcast where what do we do? Feed off the talent, humor, knowledge, and awesome stories of our guests and each other. Darn! I practiced it in the mirror this morning, 10 minutes. I'm Matt Dennison, joined as always by David, the queen of Crankworx, Wiggins.
Hello.
Now you're talking.
And to his left, Jason, hanging on by a thread, Lucas. How's your health?
It's good now.
Yeah.
I'm fully recovered sleep-wise. Got a solid 10 hours last night, and I feel really good.
Yeah. How many Dayquils inside you right now?
4.
No wonder you feel good. And we are reporting live once again from the Ava Whistler.
Once again.
Once again?
For the third year.
Third year in a row.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And they're about to get a 5-star review because they set up this whole room for us. So I think it was first year did we have to deconstruct ourselves?
I think they took the bed out for us, but we had to kind of get the table set up, and we had to go steal chairs from the pool deck.
Was that last year?
No, that was 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay. I can't believe this is the third year now. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, we deconstructed the bed. We tore it apart. We stuffed everything into the bathroom. We had a mattress in the bathroom. But we showed up and Colin here at the Ava had everything dialed. We walked into the room. The bed's already gone. The table's set up. I had to iron it. If there's room for improvement, okay? They could iron the tablecloth, but it's all right. I took care of that. And everything's stuffed into the bathroom. There's pieces of bed and stuff in there.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, if you want
mattress,
to use the bathroom, it's not so nice. But.
Yeah, our guests can't use the bathroom. It's pretty funny making Big D, who is one of our guests, take a piss beside the mattress, you know?
Yeah, we forced him to do that.
Big D?
Derek Westerland.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was his. I thought you just saw him, in the bathroom.
Yeah, you didn't close the door.
Jumped to conclusions.
Yeah, close the door. But anyways, yeah, we are here at the Ava, and we're going to be here for all week, recording as many podcasts as we can, filling up the backlog, and pretty excited about today's guest.
Great
because we saw her in the lift line, and I said, hey, you over there, why are you ghosting us on Instagram? How dare you? Now I'm here in person. You have to come and join our podcast.
People don't forget.
So we coerced her into it, and we're winning today because I'm very excited. Dave, you wrote us an intro,
Correct.
Did you not?
Correct. I did the research.
Well, let her rip, pal.
Today's guest is a marine biologist and adventurer who traveled a great distance just to be on this podcast. Not only has she sailed across the world, but as of a few days ago, she completed a 44-day, 3,672-kilometer journey by bike from Mexico to here in Whistler and raised over $32,000 to fight climate change. Please give a warm welcome to the fearless Annie Ford.
Oh. Thank you for having me, guys. It's an absolute pleasure to be here.
How you feeling after that ride? A little hungry? Would you like a sandwich or?
Gentlemen, you're kidding me. I'm
Oh.
constantly hungry, hey.
Yeah, what do you think of that sandwich?
Wait, what is that? That is not real.
No, it's real.
No, it's not.
What the heck is that?
I'm in danger.
Oh my God, that is gross. Is that plastic?
Yeah. Well, I mean, these days it's plastic and everything, so you can't be too sure.
Exactly. No, actually, no joke.
No, it's just a
Oh,
fake
how
sandwich.
thoughtful.
We have a random assortment of decoration on the table.
Yeah, product placement.
Dak,
Yeah. Sponsored by fake sandwiches.
Lunchables.
No, feeling good. Excited to be here. Whistler and Crankworx, what a wrap up.
Your first time here.
First time in the whole of North America. Everything's been brand new day to day, and this place is wild. And everyone's here, so you guys obviously straight off the bat.
Yep.
No more ducking and weaving.
Not only did we see you right away, we've seen you 18 times now.
Oh
Yeah.
mate, you can't escape. Especially in this lobby,
The Ava
everyone's
lobby.
here.
Yeah.
It's just the most social part of Crankworx of at one stage or another. They're
Yeah.
all crossing paths. Good time.
So, how did you feel arriving in Whistler? We saw the clips. We saw you spraying champagne by the Inukshuk.
Oh, mate. I accidentally sprayed Colin in the face, the manager.
Oh.
I got him in the eyes. That day is one I'll never forget. Hey, you're out there on your bike all day alone and in this wild wilderness, and to roll into Whistler with everyone kind of knowing what's going on, and Shram and Santa Cruz meeting me along the way, and it just kind of built, and the momentum rolling into town is just was outrageous and hit the threshold of overwhelm and just couldn't wipe this smile off my face and just kind of involuntary squeals the whole way in. And then rolled into Longhorn, who just got me on the
Classic.
table with the champagne gun, and good time, unforgettable in all ways, shapes and forms.
So tell us why you did this ride.
Gosh, because riding bikes is the ultimate and the funnest way to get around. That's kind of number one. And then ways in which I can bring purpose to that is far more enjoyable to me as well. So one, I love riding my bike rather than flying over the top of all these incredible places that you can mountain bike. And then two, I really do care about the ocean and the planet. And so if I can bring a bit of purpose and meaning to those rides and do some storytelling along the way, it's quite boring sitting at a table or a computer trying to share this knowledge and these facts. But if you bring a bike to the adventure, and if day to day you're learning and you're growing and you're having great conversations and you bring solutions to the table as well, you don't deplete yourself. It's very, very fulfilling, I guess. So yeah, ride my bike, hit as many mountain bike spots as possible, and then hopefully raise some money along the way for projects that I really care about.
And where did you start?
In Baja, Mexico, just down near Ensenada. There'd been a few spicy stories in the region when I kicked off. So my parents were like, do you really have to go to Mexico on a bike alone, solo female? I was like, yeah, sounds like an adventure.
Are there travel advisories?
There were, just to be obviously very precautious and especially around Tijuana. So no riding at night, and yeah, just kind of take it pretty easy.
It's funny your parents already came up, because I wanted to ask, what do your parents think about this? Like riding on all these highways,
Yeah.
starting in Mexico.
Yeah, it's not their first rodeo, fortunately, and they've never been one to project their fear. They've always been very supportive and kind of at the other end, like, thank God you survived that one. They'd never put the handbrake on, which is the most incredible foundation from which to plan and give it a full huck. But it's not just parents. Like every person, not every, but most people you talk to about plans like this quite readily project their fears and what could go wrong. And, especially like being solo, being on a bike. And it's from a really nice, caring place, but it's also often that the fear-based decision-making is really primary for many in an adventure like this. There's only a few people that were getting fully behind it and being like, heck yeah, have you thought of making it bigger? And how can we add to this? And they're the people that you would kind of want around you to, create and jump in with both feet. Not to disregard the importance of planning and having some safety nets, and you don't do it blindly, but it's also important to recognize that, it has its place, but for me, I think it can be a bit of a limiting factor sometimes.
How many days again?
44 riding.
God.
That seems quick.
Yeah, it was there was 60 days out there,
Yeah.
but I didn't document the rest days, which were mountain bike days.
Oh, so you went mountain biking on your rest days.
Yeah.
So you didn't really rest.
There was not a single rest day. Well, you get to a place and people, do you want to jump on the local trails, and you're on your mountain bike. You want to validate the reason that you've got the mountain bike, and it's so nice to get off the highways. And some of those hustling days, they're pretty draining, and some days you're out there like, oh, it'd be so much more efficient on a gravel bike or a road bike. But there's the highlights of the trip. Each and every, is that true? Yeah, probably each and every one of them was on the trails and the community that you meet on the trails. And could you imagine riding past Squamish because you couldn't ride Squamish? You were stuck on the road.
Right.
That's why you bring a mountain bike to these locations. And you pump up the tires, you lock out the shock, and you've got a 2/3 as fast, I reckon. Maybe half as fast.
Yeah. I don't know the science behind that.
I reckon.
I was thinking of Annie on our big dumb ride because we're suffering out there. I'm like, this is nothing. This is one day out of her journey.
There's been some big ones. But your fitness is outrageous. Like, it builds in no time. If you're off the couch, which you guys aren't
So
off the
I've
couch,
heard.
you're pretty good.
More of a futon, but
Yeah. I don't know. That was a hard ride for us.
yeah,
How-
it was like 60K.
Yeah.
60 kilometers. We did Blackcomb. Oh, well, I mean, you were there with us.
Yeah,
you
on
were
the
doing the
ride.
whole thing.
Yep.
What the hell? Oh my God.
Yep, no kidding.
But did
It
you
was
go
good
to the
fun.
top of the world?
We didn't. We
Oh.
pulled into, I think it was less.
Yeah. Well, that's the other side. But
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
So we did Crazy Train on Blackcomb. Then we did Top of the World. Jason and I did Top of the World. We
Good
were.
job. That was you. Sick.
Well, we took the chairlift up to it, but yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. No. We did not ride our bikes.
Did definitely not.
Yeah, we
climb
took 3 chairlifts to get up there. But we didn't buy a top of the world ticket. And so our only option was to get on the phone and give credit card information to customer service to get up on the lift.
while
Which-
we were at the bottom of the lift.
Yeah.
Like we were literally at the lift.
And the customer service woman, it was a woman? You were on.
Yeah, it was a
I don't know. She was like, "Are you advanced riders? You know, it's pretty technical up there, you idiot who's
Yeah.
calling in while at the bottom of the chairlift."
Exactly.
But we got our passes. We got up there. So we did top of the world. And we did Khyber, and we went over to Chrome Egg, and then we did Lord of Squirrels climb to Les
Yep.
to what was that one in between? Get over
Get
it.
over it in Alpine.
Nice.
Alpine, and then took another rest in the village. Am I
Yeah.
missing one?
Yeah.
Then Blackcomb
Did
again.
you go back up
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
one?
back
You saw
Blackcomb,
it through?
microclimate.
Well done.
How
How good's Blackcomb? Sorry, that's like my favorite mountain.
I mean, it's good, but like you're just so tired that you're just
Yeah.
trying to not crash and get back to the SRAM booth.
mate. Did you guys bonk? Were
No.
You all right? You sensible?
I don't think so.
Yeah?
I
I had a
don't think so.
solid bonk.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
brutal.
good to know.
Yeah, don't stress. Yeah. I was.
What does a
bit of
bonk
shock.
look like for you?
Mate, every day that I've been on my bike right now, I haven't eaten. I must be in the most serious calorie deficit that if I'm not constantly grazing, it's so quick.
And when's the last time you ate? I'm a little concerned.
No. I had like a full feast.
Okay,
we're
good.
good. We're
Because the
sorted.
sandwich isn't there.
It's looking pretty appetizing right now. Though.
Okay, good. It's gonna make sure you're not gonna faint on the pod.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, what does a bonk look like for you? How do you know you're about to bonk?
Oh gosh, like such passenger on that last descent was yeah, and also that climb was pretty brutal too. Just real slow. I was my team was slow.
What do you
me.
mean you become a passenger?
Yeah, just like no feedback to the bike. I was just getting through it, rolling through it,
okay.
and you're thinking about the meal at the other end. That's all. Unfortunately, it's all right. I've been back up there since, and fresh. Took a bit though, but bonks, yeah, not ideal. Just empty, and they take a bit for me to cut. That was the biggest one I think I've ever had actually, because I had the SRAM takeover for the day. I had to keep going. Like I had to see the whole day through, which is I'm glad I did. But gosh, that afternoon was struggle street for a bit there. Should have just ate more.
Yeah, let's talk about snacks. Let's get to the good meat of the conversation here. What are you grazing on?
So I don't carry that much food, especially up in the Americas. Everything's so close. Like the proximity between food stops is exceptional. And so like every 20 Ks, you've got another option.
Subways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
Starbucks.
lot of Subway.
Yeah? You're on the
a lot
Subway
of
train.
Pringles.
So are we.
Pringles.
But always try and have like American diners, hey? They like 3 meals in one.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
a truck stop vibe.
That was wild and cheap as well because
Yep.
you couldn't
Chicken
eat
fried
that
steak?
much.
You eat a chicken fried steak on your ride?
I'm veggie, so I went all eggs and toast and hash browns.
They can chicken fried vegetables, I'm sure.
Surely.
Chicken fry anything down there.
But damn, like cheap and easy food. Most of the Americas was more expensive down in LA. One, because they have Euro campgrounds, and then two, well, they do have campgrounds, but it's $50 for a tent site.
Jeez.
Like and US dollars. So that was hit hard. I had to pedal through there pretty quick to get a bit further north. And then you've got these hiker bike camp spots that are like $5 to $10 for a night. You just roll in with your bike, and they, no matter what, they've got a space for you. That's the ultimate, actually. But yeah, food, just different varieties of pretty single serve kind of like Cliff bars and protein bars. And yeah, I'd always try and stop for breakfast and lunch, because that's a good excuse to actually stop and sit down and chill out. And honestly, that's where you get all your information from. It's from cafes as well, your local knowledge. And some of my best mates on the planet I've met in cafes on these bike rides. And then at night, you're always kind of pretty happy to wrap up, roll into your tent site, eat all your food, because I didn't really want to get visited by a bear. And then you just go find your next brekkie stop in the morning. Like, that's a general ritual until you like get to these mountain bike locations like Santa Cruz and Pacific City. Then the hosts were insane. Like, full home cooked meals. Oh my God, food tastes so good when you're out on the road. Like, it's genuinely, I don't know what camping does about it. Just like food, just 200% better.
Oh yeah.
I mean, well,
Anything
pedaling
cooked
all
while
day.
camping.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Like, it's survival mode. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Maybe a little like I love nachos, but we make campfire nachos quite often. Kind of a tricky thing to make without burning it, but I don't know what it is.
That
It's like
is
it's the
hard.
same thing, but for some reason it tastes better out there.
Smoky.
Yeah, it's smoky. All
Yeah.
the burnt chips at the bottom.
Oh,
Adds
mate,
the
I had
smoke.
s'mores for the first time out there as well. Oh,
For the first time.
What?
first time,
First
yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yep. Big fan.
Yeah.
Does it make you want some more?
S'mores? Yeah.
That's why they're called
Thank
that.
you.
Good boy. Got it in there.
Yeah. Oh, so we were recently roasted on our You Should Ride here at the Ranger Station in North Carolina. Seth's Airbnb
Yep.
for having a disgusting breakfast. It was 2 pancakes, 2 eggs, and I think I was pouring maple syrup on the pancakes.
I got worms.
And I think there's probably a European thinking that was too much food. It was like just a disgusting breakfast. What's your take on that? 2 eggs, 2 pancakes? Is that too much?
Nah, man. I could double that right now.
Yeah, like with the bacon strip and then a side of toast. I'm all
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
1,000, 2,000 calorie breakfast.
Bigger
Love
better.
it.
Well, especially if you're going biking.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to burn it all off.
Front end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, always load up front end.
But we've recently been on the yogurt and granola train because you said that's what the athletes do.
Athletes do eat yogurt and granola.
But like, are they slamming a grand slam at Denny's too?
Well, that we've also been living in hotel rooms for the last 3 weeks, which is a grand slam's kind of hard to make in a hotel room.
Hey, chuthers! Looking to gear up for your next mountain bike adventure? Stumped on those always changing bike standards? Check out jensenusa.com. For over 30 years, Jensen USA has been your rider-owned one-stop shop for all things cycling. With over 10,000 products from top brands in stock and ready to ship, they've got everything you need for any ride.
That's right, Matt. With a team of Gear Advisor pros ready to help and super fast same-day shipping, Jensen USA makes it easy to get back on the trails. No more waiting around for your gear to arrive. Meanwhile, their price protection policy lets you ride confidently, knowing you've gotten the best deal.
Yep, whether you are a seasoned rider or you're just getting started, you can shop with the confidence that you'll get the bikes and gear you'll need. Jensen USA provides detailed product descriptions on every product on their website, making finding the right products fast and efficient. And if you have questions, their team of Gear Advisor pros are standing by, ready to help.
So visit jensenusa.com to find the perfect gear for your next ride. With fast shipping, unbeatable prices, and expert support, Jensen USA is here to keep you pedaling wherever the ride takes you.
And now back to the pod.
What's like the, not necessarily meal, but like snack, quick calorie? What do you?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Because do you have like the top 2 bag and you're constantly getting sour keys and peanuts?
I'm pretty bad at this, to be honest. Like, as in, I've got a low bar. I'll eat whatever's put in front of me. I should do one of those food challenges right now because I could literally demolish anything. But far out. I'm such a go-getter for carbs and salt because that's like your body just like salt and vinegar Pringles, just like my go-to.
Yeah.
And not big on lollies, but far out. All your snacks are so different as well here.
Hold on, what's a lolly? Like a lollipop?
You guys call them like, what are the like jelly?
You like sour
What do you guys call-
gummies?
gummies?
Yeah, gummies.
Yeah. But honestly, anything with a bit of sugar in it and carbs and salt are the go-to. But Subway, hey, you get like your Subway roll, and then you get a second one that you put on your top tube bag, and then you've got the whole day dial. Like,
And what's the order at Subway? Sorry to get technical.
No.
Yeah,
I like it.
we're big Subway
Yeah,
goers because we gotta. Well,
There's only 2 options for Veggie. So like, it's either falafel or the
Oh.
veggie patty. That's
falafel.
one of each. Got to do it, and with like sweet onion sauce
They have
with
falafel.
mayo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I've had it before.
Big
Oh.
meat guy.
I don't think it.
It's
Well, yeah.
fair enough. It's all good. Like, it's cheap and easy does it.
I've gone to the tortilla wraps from the
Oh.
bread. The tortilla wraps,
Oh.
and they grill them.
Really?
very nice,
I
yeah.
haven't done that.
Do you wear like
Yeah.
a top hat and a monocle while you eat that?
Oh,
Is it
that's
fancy
hot.
pants?
That's fancy.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know.
it is a little fancy. I was inspired by the guy in front of me. I feel like that's what Subway always is.
Yeah.
You like go and
Judging
well,
everyone
actually,
else's.
yeah. I always go in with an idea, and then yeah, exactly. You get a little inspiration. But I was gonna say everybody's like that. Jason, you've been eating the pizza sub for like
I'm on the pizza sub.
20 years.
Yeah.
What?
He's on a streak.
That's not like, what is that?
Oh, it's what it is.
Slice of pizza on a piece of bread.
Is it a good grill?
No, it's a sandwich, and
Okay.
it has like salami and like
believe it's
pepperonis in
Okay,
it.
the
Pepperoni.
standard
Pepperoni.
pizza ingredients.
Yeah, and then
Cheese.
pizza sauce. And then
The marinara.
cheese. Yeah, the
Mhm.
marinara.
Nice.
Just like
Yeah.
they do in Italy.
I used to work at a bike shop that was really close to a Subway, and
So
we'd just go to Subway every
You
single
got
day.
it dialed.
And literally, like, we'd start experimenting with like, well, let's not do lettuce. Let's just do spinach today and see how that tastes.
Oh, you've got it. Yo,
so like,
connoisseur.
yeah, no, I've
He's a
spent some time.
scientist. He's
Yeah.
a Subway scientist.
I abandoned the lettuce at Subway years ago. It just makes it
Really?
too soggy too fast.
I don't know, man.
Spinach.
I enjoy it. I go
Spinach,
both. I
right?
go both.
Much less watery.
Yeah, I usually go.
Unless
for
you're going to consume it immediately.
I think
too.
I think the meatball marinara stuff's gross because the lettuce just absorbs it.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
we're talking about important stuff here while we
Yeah.
have Annie on. Go.
No. It's, this is like a quarter of my diet.
That's true.
You know
Sure.
the Italian BMT?
yes.
Do you know what the BMT stands for?
Bacon, mayonnaise, tomato.
No, biggest,
Wrong.
meatiest, tastiest.
What?
I
Wow.
swear to God.
Biggest, meatiest,
Super
meaty,
technical.
tastiest.
Biggest, meatiest, tastiest.
Meatiest.
Yeah.
Are those words? Man,
So
Subway,
really
should,
technical stuff going on.
Subway should pay for this.
Yeah, seriously. I think that was like, you know how we all have our barometers of inflation in the world of like the price of things. When like $5 footlongs stopped being a thing, I was like, God, the world's gone to shit. Everything's too expensive.
That's my measure.
Yeah.
So tell us more about this
Literally.
ride. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back.
I want to know what is the I don't know, the most interesting kind of moment that you could think of. You know, you go back home, you see your parents, you got to tell them definitely over dinner, like this story, this one story. Or did everything just roll smoothly?
Oh, gosh. Smooth most of the time. Like, it's, road riding's pretty chill if you've got a shoulder. But most of America's pretty good. One of the spiciest situations was, in Oregon, where I fortunately got given one of those radar rear lights. Have you ever heard of them? Where it like tells you when a car's coming, beeps at you. Yeah, incredible. So around this blind corner, really zero shoulder on the highway.
This is day or night?
This is day. And
How does it know that the car's coming?
a radar literally off the back of
Okay.
your bike, and it'll beep at you. So it caught it before I could see it in my rear view. And this guy was, definitely going to collect me. So, like, drove off the side of the road into this, like, lake. But in saying that, that happened about 3 or 4 times where, fortunately, the rear view combo with a rear radar, like, has definitely saved my life, where, you see a car coming, you just bail off the road. But because you've got a mountain bike, it's zero consequence. You can ride off the side of the road and you're going to get away with it most of the time. But gosh, like, the community you meet out there is insane. And 99.9% of your experiences are just like outrageously positive. Everywhere you go, people want to showcase their location. And so whether it's like, do you want a tour guide? Do you want a car? Do you want a spare bed? Do you want a backyard? Like, and because most of the trails in America are like unsanctioned, you need a local to show you around. And this trip was just because because of having shared it, they knew you were coming and they lined it up, and you throw your car on the back of their ute and they shuttle you to the top and you get an insane descent. And just like the combo of having the mountain bike there, but also like the right gear to do the job well and safely. And most people are going north to south because you've got a tailwind the whole time as well. So to flip it and go from south to north, the whole time you're getting told you're going the wrong direction. You're just like, I don't know. I feel like the whole time it just got better. Like the riding got so good towards north. It gained momentum, and obviously you're wrapping up in Whistler where it's a bit of a pinnacle and pilgrimage in itself. But gosh, the day-to-day, you cannot hide on that bike. Like if you've got a bike and you're alone, you are the most approachable person on the planet. And the only way you could have a moment of downtime if you needed like a chill morning was to wear earphones, because otherwise you're definitely going to have a great chat with a local and get some local knowledge and where the next restaurant or cafe, or take this detour to this lookout, or, get this 6,000 meter vert detour because it's real good. Like the plethora of information and help that you'll receive out there is unbelievable. And like I was saying, the first piece of response and feedback I got when I talked about this with people was warnings. But the reality is it's people go so far out of their way to make sure that you're safe and happy and have a great time and that you have everything you possibly need and more. It's the most like utterly fulfilling experience and also heartwarming, and my faith in humanity is off the charts. And then you add the fundraiser into that. People like, I'm just riding my bike, and like the community is enabling this like experience and good outcome for important projects. It's just the ultimate combo. So the lifestyle out there, incredible. It's minimalistic. You don't need much. Got 2 t-shirts and 2 pairs of shorts, 2 socks, a jumper, a rain jacket I never used once because it didn't rain a day.
What?
Such a waste of space. Until you don't have it, and then you probably need it. But
Not even a sprinkle.
not one drop. The first drop was last night at Dirt Diaries.
Yeah.
Got rained on. But
We had to bail partway through. Couldn't make it. Cold. Not prepared. I could use that
you
jacket.
would have been frozen. Hey, yeah, it got fresh.
I'm
But
skin and bones.
the whole time, hey, it got pretty warm though. The whole trip was supposed to be, you're on the coast, you expect it to be pretty nice and chill, but it was roasting the whole trip and some pretty high temperature days. And by the end of the trip, you're kind of doing like 100K days to get to the mountain bike locations because you're fit. And as long as you've got food, you can just ride literally all day without fatiguing. Should have remembered that when I was out on that ride. Just get feeding yourself.
How are you hydrating? For the H2O lovers out there, you put some some stuff in that water, or some scratch, some noons. What's the secret? I don't know how you keep those legs fresh.
It's so important. Hey, like hydration, outrageous. And when you don't have it, so quickly everything is compromised. So for me, I used to run 2 water bottles until I lost one. So I was down to 1 for most of the trip. And
what?
Mate, I know. I was
Why don't you
stopping regularly to
get another bottle.
Mate, I'm
If only
so
there was
useless
like
at this.
grocery stores, Walmarts.
Impossible to get out there.
Literally like
Americans
water
hate
fountain by
water.
a community center.
You get a Coca-Cola bottle.
All right, let me clarify. So 1 like constant water bottle. The rest was always, I can't walk past Powerade or Gatorade. Hey, like my body was like, get in me. So always hunting down until I looked at the sugar intake. Hey, that's gnarly.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff in there.
Hold up. I got a Gatorade Zero here.
have a look.
We got from Quinnell, the fine
Well,
people at Quinnell. 0 grams.
I wasn't after that one, mate.
It's not bad. I usually don't go for the 0 because they have a weird aftertaste, but it's not bad.
What
Subway and Gatorade got to sponsor the pod.
Diet of champions.
Yeah, honestly, as much electrolytes and heaps of coconut water.
Coconut water,
Like,
yeah.
Honestly, there was one day I
up.
drank 7 liters of coconut water and I didn't wee once that day.
Oh.
Like that dehydrated.
You are what you eat.
Yeah.
Or drink. Coconut. I don't know.
Some warm days out there.
Yeah. Well, how do you keep your legs fresh? I mean, it's
Mm.
one ride, I'd be dead.
Yeah, the first week.
I'd
hey.
carry my Theragun if I were you. But that's added weight. That's a lot of.
Or I can make space. Put it where my rain jacket.
Yeah, I could.
Switch it
A
out.
little heavier.
Um,
You like foam rolling? You got a travel foam roller?
nothing like that.
You
hey.
stretching?
So I was a yoga teacher, so I can kind of keep on top of that. Fortunately, it's a bit of a ritual, and I don't buy a tent unless I can do a downward dog in it. It's like the criteria. Got to be able to do a solid downward dog in it, in case you get a rain day and you're stuck to it. But I got pretty bad. Your whole routine goes out the door in bikepacking life. It's
Are you a bit shameful about that at the start of the trip? Or are you like, I'm going to stretch every day?
every day.
Downward
and
dogs in the
I'm gonna be
tent.
So good. I'm going to listen to podcasts and educate myself. And all you do is like listen to douche, douche, douche. No, like the first week is always a bit of a grind. Like your butt gets pretty sore and your legs are fatigued really quickly. And, you know, a 60K day was like a solid day in that first week. But your fitness levels just go off the show because all day you're riding in like zone 2. It's not too exhausting. And then by the end, like it's just ridiculous what your body can acclimate.
Tell me about these zones.
I don't know much. My watch is telling me that.
Giving
Apparently
you a thumbs up.
it's pretty chill.
I feel like your watch is like freaking out. Like, what the
Man.
hell are you doing?
I did like a 10-minute ride the other day and it gave me a recovery time of 64 hours. Like that's
you
how
did not listen to that.
deficit it is at the moment, like sleep and zero recovery. But that's okay. After Whistler Crankworx, I'll just chill out.
Well, we did about 10 minutes of our ride on Monday, and my watch was also saying the same thing.
Yeah.
64 hours.
Mine
You know
says
how
I'm
it
still
is.
not recovered, actually.
Yeah.
I got a
Which is-
notification this morning. It said, poor sleep is delayed recovery. Sleep for 61 more hours.
It said consume 4 Dayquils.
Yeah,
I don't know if I like it, because it's telling me how bad it is.
I know. I'm like, it's probably right, but I didn't need to know that.
I already felt tired.
My watch says go
Yeah.
to Subway.
Listen to your body.
It's your daily reminder that you set, it's Subway o'clock.
Yeah. So you're a marine biologist.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about some cool ocean stuff. What
Yeah.
can you teach us? Let's
Right.
talk about the happy stuff before we descent into like what's evil in the world and what we need to change. Let's talk about like fun animals, sea life.
I like penguins. Honestly.
Wait, now are they sea life? They spend half their life outside of the sea.
Yeah, half. I reckon it's a
They're
marine
aquatic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're aquatic.
bird. Where do you get their food from?
Are they mammals or they lay an egg?
They are a bird.
Birds.
They're a bird.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, we've got I'll start low here.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
the baseline's pretty
What
low.
is the ocean?
All right. What are we starting with? Barnacles?
Bit of everything. So my background is Antarctic sciences, and spent a bit of time doing like expedition work in Antarctica. So for that background, seeing a lot of these impacts firsthand, and I remember saying like 10 years ago when doing a bit of sailing, I remember 3 days out of Panama, like sailing out towards Galapagos, and there was just pollution in every square meter of the water, like for 3 full days. Just be like, the world's fucked. Like-
What's the pollution look like?
Oh, that was nappies and thongs and, just garbage bags.
Thongs,
A
like,
bit of it. Jandals. What do you guys call them?
like underwear?
Sandals?
Oh, okay.
Birkenstocks.
Thongs, yeah.
The floaty foam ones.
Yeah, these guys are
Those
there.
bad boys.
You get those from the ocean?
That's funny. My parents call them thongs, and I started calling them thongs when I was growing up. But everybody, like,
Everyone's,
why
like,
you
cringing
call it
at
that?
you.
Flip flops, right? So I thought you meant
It's
underwear.
crass. No, so that was pretty disheartening. But also, coming full circle from that is like, feeling like you could do something about it, and actually seeing when you started chatting or actually individually to a whole community, having seen the power of that firsthand it feels so much better. And, it can be harder, but I've found you can make it really enjoyable too. So those experiences so profoundly moving that I didn't want to stand by and just kind of take from this planet. So try and do my best to kind of give back wherever I could. And, we can't do it perfectly. Like, it's impossible to operate in society without, having some kind of take. But where you can give back, I do. And the ocean has been such a recharger, but it's humbling. You're sitting out there and especially out the back on some of these incredible surf days where you get pretty, connected, and some pretty incredible moments out there with like those good humans, and it's pretty easy to give a fuck out there and want to do something about it. So the background with the marine science, always been really drawn to like remote, harsh, extreme environments, and by learning about it and then having the credentials that other people can learn from you, and you can, give back to something that you care about, was just, a bit of an epic 10 years of my life. And then, a bike park was built in my backyard, like Medina Bike Park. And that was the first time I went inland, and I was like, there's magic in here with all these like incredible mountains and ways you can access them on a bike. And I hung up the surfboard and, stopped diving for a few years because I was just so busy mountain biking. And the rest is history since then. Like, it's just fully got me. And in saying that, it's nice to tap in and out. And I feel like they're the best compliment because, when the waves are on and, my understanding of the ocean and its impacts helps me have far greater influence than the terrestrial world at this stage. So I get my fulfillment on a mountain bike, but I contribute to the causes that I know and understand. And I have, because I worked in the offshore oil and gas industry for a few years, and having seen the practices and facilitated those practices, it's a really wonderful way to understand that these are humans doing important work that I benefit from and my bike benefits from, but there's also an importance of a transition over coming decades, and that needs to be evidence-based, and it needs to be done in a really, a round table setting where people aren't left hanging.
But we are at a round table.
I know.
Wait,
How
this
good
is
is that?
good.
This
This is a good start.
figurative and literal.
Super technical.
Shout out to the Ava and the round table.
Thank you, Ava.
Perfectly circled.
Good job, Colin. But it's all good fun. When you can combine it all, it's just the ultimate thing.
You worked in oil and gas, and I want to know the nitty gritty, like horrify us. What are
Please.
some of these practices that you saw that you're like, oh shit, this is kind of fucked up?
Yeah, let's go. Okay, so I worked in
We skipped over the like happy animals. By
Yeah,
the way,
oh,
and stuff.
sorry guys, we
Like,
can chat about seals for a bit.
we were
Oh,
supposed-
I want to know about sea turtles.
We
Sea turtles are
we gotta
amazing.
bounce back to the happy stuff for a moment.
Yeah,
here.
please.
And then
Then
horrify
let's,
us.
like,
Okay,
jump in.
keep it locked and loaded.
Okay, like, what do you want? Turtles or penguins or like?
Anything,
Both.
yay,
Both,
turtles.
Oh, turtles are wild, but oh god, that's a bit of a brutal start as well. Like,
I was gonna say,
it
I
takes
feel like I've
not,
seen a lot of
not
turtle
many of them
stuff.
make it to sea and then last the few years that to maturity.
Because they
and-
lose their way on the way
Oh,
back to the ocean.
They get eaten. They're such easy pickings, eh? Like,
Circle of life, you
and,
know.
and then they've got to fend for themselves.
Have you had the turtle
I
sub?
Huh?
Have you had the turtle sub?
Turtle sub?
Ah, never mind.
Is this a Subway?
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a bad one.
Oh, I see.
Well played.
I'm gonna have to listen
It's
to the
a
pod. I missed that
reptile.
one. That went over my head.
Do you know the difference between a reptile and mammal?
Yes.
What is it?
One different. The eggs and no eggs. Is this
And
Scales?
memories.
You're right.
scales?
Yeah.
Titties?
Yeah,
Titties.
memories.
Oh,
That's
you
why
I
they're
should've
called
just-
I
mammals.
should have just started with titties.
Yeah,
Should've
yeah.
just started
I
titties.
always do. I work my way down.
to the scales.
Yeah.
and the split tongue.
Dave's the smartest guy on the pod. By the
And
way,
that's
not
so
true.
he
Yeah,
deserves
yeah.
it.
Well, not today, but
Like,
second.
no.
But that's
Delivery. Oh, I feel like you guys, we're
Children.
We're good.
IQ of a turtle. I used to have turtles in the backyard.
Actually,
In a backyard I grew up in, but got eaten by raccoons, I think.
No.
There you go.
Yeah.
raccoons are little. Yeah, no, I've only had bad experiences.
No, we don't
with
like raccoons, but we like sea life. Tell us about the turtles and penguins or whatever.
Oh,
Entertain us.
I really
Tell
like
us
how
a fun
penguins
fact.
like bring the stones back to their nest, and that's how they say "I love you." It's
Aw.
real cute, and
Mhm.
they mate for life. It's adorable.
Hang on, you just learned this from Finding Nemo.
I
You're-
know.
you didn't actually
All
go
I
to
do is
school.
watch David Attenborough. That's in
I was gonna
biology
say,
degree in a
Planet
nutshell.
Earth.
I
I've seen that one.
I wonder how many biologists are out there because of David Attenborough. What a champ!
Oh my god. Millions.
Me. That's fun for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
David Attenborough was
Oh,
the- yeah.
my Yeah, Sir David Attenborough.
He's still with us, right?
Yeah, he's still kicking.
Every time I see a headline online of an old person, it'll be like, Dick Van Dyke, 94. And you're like, he's doing great. And you're like, oh, fuck. What happened?
No, big fan. Good.
They should start all those headlines, not dead, and then they can.
Not dead yet.
Yeah,
David
yeah.
Attenborough.
Yeah.
Blind rankings? We have a blind ranking game for you to play. And
Go
it was
on.
all about sea life. And I feel like we need to continue and cap off this happy sea life conversation before we get into the evil and the horrify us.
Fantastic.
Okay. So, David, go ahead.
Mhm.
Introduce the concept here.
Yeah, do you know what a blind ranking is?
No.
So I'm going to give you various options.
Okay.
And then you're going to rank them from 1 to 6,
Right.
but you're not going to know what's coming next.
Okay.
So be careful because the animals out there do listen to the pod.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
They may have their feelings hurt.
We're huge in the Penguin Society.
1 through 6.
All right.
Okay.
Option 1, sea turtles.
Ooh, 4.
4. Wow.
Sorry, turtles.
Jesus.
Dang, after all we
Option 2, whales.
save the whales.
Oh, maybe it's 2.
What do you like about the whales?
For well, you've got both toothed and baleen. So orcas are just like the most ultimate whale on earth. They're so switched on it.
But aren't they dolphins actually?
Toothed version.
What?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
different types of orcas?
They're just like toothed whales and baleen whales and all in the tooth variety.
I had a piece of.
I
Is it
see.
Braylene? What is it?
Baleen.
Baleen?
Baleen, yeah.
Maybe it's Braylene.
They're like filter.
I used to have
Yeah.
one of those in my house. My grandfather had like growing up, like when I was 10 years old.
They're huge. They're enormous.
Yeah.
They're just hair. Incredible.
I love the hair.
Oh, the teeth.
Oh, well played. That was quick.
Damn, that was a good drop.
I was like, please say it's like hair. Please say it's like hair. So I know what I'm going to play.
Shit. That's why we don't get it. We're the sound pod or the soundboard.
Yeah.
People hate the soundboard.
Some people hate
It's controversial.
I love
Yes,
it. Let's go.
Oh,
It's
we
entertaining.
get the Annie Ford
There you
endorsement. Let's go. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Let's go.
Octopuses.
Oh.
Octopi.
Nope, it's pusses.
Or pods. It could be.
Can we cut that?
I was ready.
Is that-
I was ready. I said it and I was ready to get pie.
Cream pie?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Done your research. I thought it was
Yeah.
like pods.
I listened to, octopodes, I think is the other,
Pods.
or pods, I don't know. But I listened to the radio one time and they're like, just to let everyone know, it's pusses.
Debate over.
Because it was a misinterpretation of the Latin pluralization.
Ah.
Smartest guy on the
you've
pod, I
really
keep telling you.
Yeah, I'm passionate about this
foundation's
one.
covered. Oh, I think it's a 1 for me.
Wow.
Yeah, beats whales.
They're super
Wow.
smart, right?
I know. I've had like epic interactions where I'm just like, I can't eat you ever again. Like
That's fair.
those. Yeah. So
Good movie with
Uno.
that octopus. What is it? My
Octopus
Oh.
teacher?
Teacher.
Octopus
Teacher.
Teacher is
Yeah.
dope. Yeah.
yeah, good movie. Good movie.
Didn't watch it. Sea cucumber.
Oh, that's up there. That's 3.
Oh, that beat turtle, man.
Mate, they
Dang.
filter the water. They're so useful. Like
Oh,
in French Polynesia, they were harvesting them, but then the water quality like degraded, and so they stopped harvesting them and lit up again in the atolls. Very useful little fellas, and they look like
Yeah.
around.
they look like what? Excuse me.
Have you seen that
They're
Jackass?
fun.
Yeah, you know Steve-O, right?
They're so-
Do you know what Steve-O did?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what
yeah.
he did. You feel bad for the cucumber?
Just gonna need to give it a bit of a lift.
I'm
Anyway,
so
good
glad
bump.
that you did watch it because I was like already thinking I'm gonna have to explain this.
No, we're good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, act it out.
Pull it up.
All right. Well, I feel like you're gonna have a really good ranking here. Blobfish is next.
They're pretty fun too, but a 6.
All right. And your number 5 is barnacles.
Oh, that should have been 6.
I know.
Yeah, sorry.
I was
guys.
hoping you would
I
accidentally
dropped
put
the
it
ball.
like 1 or 2,
Yeah, no.
but
I'm really glad.
you were smart.
Barnacles, they're just a kind of a nuisance on your feet, you know?
Have you ever tried to get out of the surf with like in wash?
No,
Oh my gosh, it's gnarly. There's an epic Instagram group. It's on like Lennox Heads, and it's just people getting messed up on the rocks because you can't get in or out without getting roasted by barnacles.
Ugh.
And it's just brutal. Excellent
Yeah, you see those like kook slam videos, on Instagram, and it's like, haha, she fell over in a wave and she fell down the rock, and you don't realize, like, no, she just like fell in a cheese grater.
Yeah, seriously. We've all been there. So that's why you got to have
Oh yeah,
laugh
we've
or cry.
all been there. We're all macho surfer dudes. We've all been there, Annie, of course.
Mahalo.
Mahalo. Mahalo, you fucking nerds.
I found out what cowabunga, where it came from the other day, and it's not great origins, guys.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was from some TV show in like the 50s, and there was this Native American character, and it was just it just sounded like something that a Native American would say. So they were like, cowabunga.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Not to be racist.
Do we have any
or
more of those
anything.
cowabunga shirts? Light those on fire. Throw them in the ocean. Wait, no,
Yeah.
not the ocean.
And then the Ninja Turtles made it cool again. So
And The Simpsons.
Yes,
Nice.
definitely. It's Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
was it? Did you
Cowa-
say cowabunga?
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Cowabunga.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember.
Don't eat my shorts. Cowabunga.
Yeah.
You are a well of information.
See?
God,
You
That's
tries
all
to deny it.
I just have fun facts. Okay, wait. Do barnacles serve any purpose?
And he's a seeker of knowledge, too. That's how smart he is.
because you know
you
how
can eat them if you like got a.
No, but I mean for the ecosystem, right? Because often you're like, oh, I hate flies, and they're like, well, actually, if you took away the flies, the frogs wouldn't have anything, and everyone freaks out.
So they're filter feeders. So I imagine, oh gosh, I've never looked into.
But they're
barnacles too.
parasitic.
Yeah,
right?
but then they're on rocks, so they're not actually gonna.
But they go on animals too, right?
Yeah, true that.
Like I see these videos of guys that are lobster fishermen or lobsterers, or
Yeah,
whatever you call it.
lobsterers.
And they'll cut off barnacles from the lobsters.
Any hard service. Well, I've got to go back to basics, and I can't give you a genuinely solid answer on this because I don't know.
Smart, very diplomatic.
Yeah.
I won't make it up on the spot.
Okay, well, we had a good couple laughs there and some smiles. We got to think about cute animals for a while. Now let's bring it down. We want to know what's bad in this world. So what'd you see out there working at oil and gas? Like what'd you see out there
SEA.
in the deep wide ocean?
So my job in the oil and gas industry primarily was on seismic vessels. You guys know what seismic is?
Mhm.
Yeah.
To do
Of
with-
course you
obviously,
do.
to
Of
do with
course you do.
Earthquakes, seismic earthquakes.
Close.
Tectonic plates. That's a pretty big
You're
word.
right. You're right. That's like one facet of seismic.
Did you say
Gia.
Did you say technotic?
Tectonic.
Oh yeah, okay.
I love those songs.
Or said douche music she was talking about earlier. Sorry, go ahead.
Douche douche. Essentially douche douche. But what seismic is doing, they run transects through the ocean with an enormous vessel, and off the back of that vessel, they have a really loud instrument called an air gun, and through that air gun, they release a really loud noise, and it's louder than an atomic bomb. One of the loudest noises humans can make on Earth. And
Well, you haven't heard Jason
Oh, yeah,
after the old spaghetti factory.
well, you went there.
I was like, get there, land it.
But essentially, the noise that's emitted from these guns goes and penetrates through the ocean floor. And what they're searching through the ocean floor is oil and gas. And these sound waves go through the ocean floor about 20 kilometers. So it's hard to visualize that. So it goes through the entire ocean and then 20 k's into the depth of the planet. And through those reservoirs that they're seeking out, oil and gas reservoirs, they'll then go and drill those and extract that and then obviously burn it in many ways, shapes and forms. And that contributes to global warming through emissions. So by addressing seismic and the search for oil and gas, which is one of the biggest impacts associated with this life cycle, is a really important step. And anything that uses its hearing in the ocean, because sound does not attenuate over long distances in the ocean. It travels far faster and far further than it does in air. And so if you use your hearing to navigate, to feed, to communicate, which every single whale does, turtles, I'm not sure about sea cucumbers, guys, then they're impacted and they can be deafened, and their ability to navigate and communicate is seriously impacted. And for example, around Australia, there's the biggest seismic blasting proposal in history ever is currently on the table. And so the fundraiser for this ride was to help support communities that need help to support, or their fishing communities, their tourism communities are all impacted by this single proposal. And by funding education, by funding community events, by funding scientists to do research to help us understand this impact. The biggest fight and justification that the oil and gas industry has for this practice is that there's no research to suggest that there's any impact. And that's because there hasn't been any research done. That's what I was told when I was in the industry doing this. And only recently have the fishing industry particularly been pushing back against this because they've had big die-offs of their scallops, of octopus,
Good.
crayfish. Got
I
there.
almost said it wrong.
And every single species that's been researched since has been found to be seriously and significantly impacted. So there's no reason why we should be looking for more when we've got enough in reserves to push us well above our Paris targets that we've all committed to. We've got more than enough in reserves to get us through 50 to 80 in Australia alone. I'm not sure about Canada. This is not a necessary product. If we start here, we're looking at another 70 to 80 year life cycle of the oil and gas that we'd be extracting. So let's look at transitioning to solutions that are already available. And rather than subsidizing this industry, we can use those subsidies to help this transition. There's some really easy solutions here and we all benefit from them. The only people that benefit from this practice are the oil and gas industries. And for us in Australia, they're foreign owned. Profits don't stay in Australia, they go offshore. There's so many, it's just irrational, this process. And that's why I feel very passionate to share this knowledge so people can make their own decision. But every single dollar that's been donated, it's not going to me, it's going straight to the charities that are working on the front lines of this. And it's all evidence-based. And having, again, worked in the industry, having seen that, having benefited from the income, it's the best income I could have ever got as a marine biologist. It's a great incentive to enable. It's really good to feel like I'm on the other side of the fence, speaking for those that don't have a voice. And every single one of those cute, cuddly animals in the ocean can't, stand up for themselves. So that's hopefully my part in this process now.
I've seen these videos of sonar traveling underwater, I believe,
Yep.
from the military ships, I guess. And you hear the
Mhm.
It's like deafening. And I mean, I'm just watching on YouTube. I imagine underwater. I'm like, I got to turn my volume down. But yeah, I mean, to be sea life at the bottom of the ocean, it strikes me that like one of those blasts would deafen an animal immediately.
In close proximity, yes. So my job on board was to look for animals close to the ocean, like close to the sound source, and they would shut down operations if they were within 500 meters. Anything else was just like business as usual. But you could only see what's on the surface of the ocean, not what's underneath. And so often you'd get a whale pop up at the source, and that they called it the source. So I'm not allowed to call it an air gun, but it's still programmed in me as a source. Even the language is powerful here in how they're molded, communicate. But yeah, the damage is done if a whale is surfacing right next to the boat. That's the first time I saw it.
So you were the person that said
Yes.
go or don't go.
Exactly.
So you had a lot of guilt on your shoulders.
Oh, I was there to protect the whales, and the evidence showed that there was no impact. So I genuinely thought I was out there doing the right thing until I did my own research. And I was like, oh, this doesn't feel right. And so I left the industry and I very quietly started talking about this impact because I didn't want to rock the boat. I was non-confrontational. And these are big dogs. These are the most powerful companies on the planet. I was like, hopefully I don't get shot. This would suck. And so slowly charities heard about me and gave me a voice and a platform, and we made a documentary about it. And now I get to ride my bike around and raise money for it.
What's the documentary called?
Called Southern Blast. We released it earlier this year. Last month it was made public.
Where can you find it?
Oh, YouTube, Southern Blast, Surf Rider. Free.
Love
It's a
me
good
some
one.
free.
35 minutes of beautiful viewing. It is a stunning visual. It's supposed to be watched on in a theatre because it's gorgeous, but very worthwhile if you want to educate yourself on this and, you know, be moved by beautiful community members doing great things. And there's sick surfing in it. It's real good. You can see like enormous barrels. Yeah.
Well, I feel sad now. I feel like
I'm sorry.
we've done a good job here because
Yep.
now I want to know how I can help. So, I mean, if people are out there, do they just donate to you? Is that the easiest to
honestly,
the campaign? That's the easiest thing?
definitely. If you want to have like help the frontline communities, but honestly, it's in every single action that we do. The biggest things we can do as individuals is look where your money is invested with your banks, like who you bank with, and also where your superannuation is. So where your retirement money is. They are the biggest investors in the oil and gas industry right now. And that is how they are funding these projects, is through your banks and supers. It takes literally less than 5 minutes. And also, I know it's like kind of cliche, but vote. What your vote genuinely matters and know what you're voting for. And just let the actions day to day, hopefully, small, large, they all
Sorry, like
make a difference.
fantasy Crankworx pool voting, or who am I voting for? Like my local MP, or
Exactly.
All my
Now you're
investments
talking.
are in Beanie Babies. So what is their stance on
There's
it?
a lot of plastic pellets in those.
Fuck.
That's bad. That's awful.
So they're like 90%
Unless it's
oil,
the
probably.
octopus
Yeah,
Beanie Baby. That's sick
yeah.
because they're number one.
I like it. They're so cute.
I think it's gonna pay out. Like the 2030s are the time.
I've heard bad things about who I'm banking with. I know there's some mining operations and stuff. Do you need to name any names? Do you need to put any people on blast on this podcast?
Oh,
I don't want to put you on the spot.
Good question. I think having the conversation and saying, and if you choose to leave, tell them why you're leaving.
Mm.
That is so powerful. And I believe in market forces, and I believe in like the free market, but it's the government's requirement to regulate those for the benefit of all. But they only know how to regulate them if you're representing yourself and telling them what you want. We live in a democracy, but it only works when you use your voice. And there's a lot of disengagement I've seen from America, a lot of like radicalization. That was really interesting for me to see how it operates in another country. But there's such a huge silent majority that aren't being adequately represented right now. And so speaking up and using your voice, but also like first and foremost is your actions. Like I think that is the biggest influence. And I don't go advocating with my voice much. It's usually led with action first.
Didn't Mr. Beast just like clean up 600 million pounds from the ocean or something like that?
Ooh.
Look that up. We got to find the correct stat.
I think he did.
No
I saw this.
kidding.
Yeah.
What a go-getter. That's huge.
Yeah. And it seems like the truth. But whenever I see these headlines with Mr. Beast, I'm like, what? This has got to be some fake YouTube shit. Did he actually do this? Did he actually build 500 homes? Did he actually save the whales? Whatever.
34 million pounds.
Oh, okay. 34
What?
million, not
Yeah.
600.
Trash.
I mean, this is headline. We haven't watched the video, so
it's in the title.
Yeah.
What else do you want?
Is there even a video yet?
yeah, there is a video.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. That guy
9
works
days
fast.
ago.
Quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Good research.
But so, yeah, I don't know. Mr. Beast is going to save us. It's fine. Why do I have to worry about my actions?
Well, it takes a small army, doesn't it? But it all starts with one, you know.
Well, I mean, I feel like we try at our household to recycle properly and as much as we can, but also try to not buy the plastic stuff in the first place. But I always feel a bit weird recycling. I feel like, okay, I'm doing it as I'm supposed to. I'm putting the soft plastics over here. I'm separating. I'm doing all the things. But like, where's this going? Is this going to get sold to the Philippines and it's going to end up in a river somewhere? And like, you know,
It's pretty
having been to the
inefficient.
Philippines, I've like been through the forest riding. I've been all over. I've been on the beaches. I've seen just
Sick.
trash everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yep.
And it feels a little bit like hopeless sometimes, or I'm tossing the bottle and I'm like, well, I still feel bad that it's even going in a bin in the first place.
I see.
I mean, I guess cutting it out completely is the biggest solution,
Yeah,
but
sure.
it's hard to get away from.
I think the alternative isn't as good as supporting pathway available to you that is even hopefully the right one, because then again, that's a vote with an action. And yes, especially during this phase where there's so much shift and there's those that are, probably not doing it with accountability. However, we have to trust that process and that it will be made accountable over time. And with, exposure and shaming or whatever, however things are exposed to ensure that accountability wins out. It's better than just throwing it in the alternative bin or not at all. It all matters, all of it, I think. And yes, it's easy to become apathetic and like it doesn't matter. And what's my role? And it's so small and I'm just one. But I promise, like, it feels good. And why not check on the accountability yourself? We can do so much as an individual. It's so easy to disengage. Like, that's the easy option. But I don't feel like it's the right one.
I feel bad even just tossing like a plastic thing into the generic black bin at the coffee shop we went to this morning. I had like all these sorts of different things and I'm like, where do I put them? And it's just one bin. And I look inside and it's all the items I'm holding. Everybody else is just doing the same. And I'm like, well, this is in a black bin. You can't see through it. Is anybody addressing this in the future, or is it just getting tossed somewhere? I've
really liked the work Aware's doing here. So Aware's like an environmental charity here, and they've at every single event so far, they've got their little recycle zones and they're educating at the same time.
I've noticed this.
Amazing. I've actually gone and had a chat with them, and they know what's got up. Like, they are smart cookies and they give a shit. And they're actively educating, they're actively enforcing. And I haven't seen many events do it to the standard that Crankworx is doing it right now.
What are they educating? What are they saying out there?
I've been talking to them about the source, the sink, and the process from go to woe. I only stood there for 5 minutes in between events, but it's awesome to see. Any question I had, they had the answer to. So go have a chat to them if you want the information firsthand from a group that are out there volunteering their time to share. That's so sick. Good on them.
Recycling is sick out there, kids. Okay, so give a shit. You're listening, okay? All right. How long have we been going for? Is it an hour now?
Yeah.
Just hit an hour.
It's about time to play a game, I think.
No.
Yeah. We got another game.
I love it.
You want to hear the rules?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let's go.
It's that time again, folks. Time to play This or That, the game where you choose between two radically different options. Either this or that. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Biking or surfing?
Biking.
That didn't seem honest.
Loam or glass?
Ooh, glass.
Do you guys know what glass is?
Like the ocean.
Yeah. I was excited when I figured that out for myself. Pacific or Atlantic Ocean?
Pacific.
Whales or sharks?
Why?
Oh, yeah, why?
Yeah, that was so quick.
Sailed it. It's amazing. And way more islands to duck around. So beautiful. Great surf.
Yeah, take out Atlantic.
Dude, there's a lot of money in the Atlantic. You don't want to piss them off. Whales or sharks?
Sharks.
Oh. Tasmania or just Mania?
Tassie every day of the week.
What the hell is that? Tasmania or just Mania? WrestleMania or
Mania,
Tasmania?
surely. Mainland. I like that. I've never heard that.
Wait,
I'm going to use that.
Thank you. Beer or coffee?
Beer.
You ever watch Simpsons?
Nah.
Oh.
Not really. Only like snippets here and
Such
there.
a good
Sorry,
Australian scene where the guy's, Marge Simpson's trying to order coffee at the bar, and the bartender just keeps saying, beer, beer. And she says, no, coffee, C-O. He goes, B-E. Sorry, I just had to.
Can you just do the rest of the
I'm
episode?
gonna.
B-E-E.
You've got the screenplay right here.
Even I know that.
All right, sailing across the world or biking across America?
Oh, sailing.
Dios mío.
All right, this one's very serious. Cry every time you poop or poop every time you cry?
Oh.
Cry every time you poop.
No arms or no legs.
No arms.
Chamois or no chamois?
Chamois.
How many chamois you got out there on the road?
Couple. High rotation, mate.
Yeah.
In the shower. Get in there. Washing.
4 feet tall or 8 feet tall?
8.
Nice. Decisive. Pee a marble or poop a baseball?
Oh, we're getting along so well.
Oh. Pee a marble.
Hugh Jackman or Chris Hemsworth?
You.
First name basis. Wow.
For sure. He's switched on. He's
I met him
great.
once.
Whoa, I've like the hottest guy alive.
Huge jacked man.
I bet. He's ripped.
Natalie Imbruglia or Kylie Minogue?
Natalie.
Torn.
Yeah.
Wait, who's
Jam.
Natalie? Who's Natalie?
You know Torn?
What's Torn?
I'm not
Song?
gonna sing it. I'm
Yeah,
not
you've
gonna sing
literally
it.
spoken about this on the podcast.
When?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It's been 100
Wait,
episodes.
what? Torn? I'm gonna have to look this up after.
Yeah.
Do some research.
Sunset or sunrise?
Sunrise.
Stuck in traffic or miss a flight?
Oh, miss a flight.
Yo, you missed one. You missed one.
No, don't worry.
Okay.
Not enough sleep or not enough food?
Oh. Not enough. Sleep.
And lastly, Crocodile Dundee or Crocodile Hunter?
Oh, Dundee. Yeah.
Wow.
Done deal.
Yeah, we got to sticking with it.
You zagged a lot of times and I thought you were going to zig.
Oh, I know. Even I did. Yep. The sleep and food one, that's like daily right now. So it's a hard one.
Topical.
Whew. The bonk got me. Yeah.
There's a hockey player named Radic Bonk, actually. Fun fact.
Were you sad when Crocodile Man was it Crocodile Dundee? When
The
he-
crocodile
Hunter.
man.
With the
The-
what's his name?
the,
Who is he?
Steve
Steve
Irwin.
Steve
Irwin.
Irwin.
Yeah, Stingray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you he doesn't care for marine life after that.
I feel like
Doesn't care for much.
revoked all the fun.
Yeah, that was sad. That was like, in my lifetime, that was like one of the most impactful celebrity deaths.
Literally.
Yeah, big impact.
Especially over here. Like, it's huge in North America.
Bigger here?
Bigger than Australia.
No.
Really?
It's
Okay.
wild.
Yeah,
Crikey.
that's kind of why I asked, because I mean he's all over the late night shows, right? So like
Uh-huh.
I'm growing up watching him on Jay Leno, Conan, whatever, and he's
Big loss.
he's the best.
He's a great advocate.
Scary animals out
Legacy.
there. Ocean's
Yeah.
scary. I mean,
Have you seen his son ride?
ride
Oh,
bikes?
yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't he super into mountain
Like,
biking?
ripped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Real good.
What's his name? I remember.
Oh.
Crocodile Boy, I believe.
Yeah,
Oh,
crocodile.
Crocodile. son.
Crocodile lad.
He's a good little
Steve Irwin and what's his name? I don't know. It'll come to me.
time.
His daughter's name is Bindi.
Hmm?
Robert.
Rob.
Wow, nice
Wow.
pull.
Well done.
Wow, Dave's been crushing it on this.
Yeah.
And his wife
Lion's
was
mane or
Terry, I want to say.
I feel like you're
All right,
in
now
that
you're
zone.
just showing
Yeah.
off. you Son of a bitch.
His second cousin twice removed.
He knows the whole Irwin family tree.
Oh, well, that was fun. Thank you. I'm glad that we ran into each other. You know, when we caught up on your adventures when you were in like California, I think. We didn't see the start, but one of our friends, Andrew Santos, he's like, hey, you know this person? They're like riding their bike from Mexico to Whistler. I was like, what? And I had to look it up. And then, yeah, I mean, it was every day from there. I don't know how you did that and you made such great videos.
Mate, there's a bit of an algorithm there. So like 15 seconds, you use your face because people engage with the face. And then 1 second clips throughout the day. It was so easy. Like, and started about an hour at the end of the day, go to woe to about 30 to 40 minutes. Were so worth it, documenting the daily. And also the daily kind of jacked the algorithm and then no one could escape me. I'm so sorry.
Was that all just on your phone?
Just on my phone.
That's insane because that's what I'm
CapCut?
saying. Like,
Yeah, so iPhone 15 and then CapCut, the free app,
Nice.
and just like narrate straight into your phone and then into the world.
I actually
after
can't
that.
believe it. Like, you're superhuman to be able to do that. Like, if I did one long day like us, and
Yeah.
then we're sitting down there bonked, and we're like, now we got to edit,
Oh.
and we got to narrate. We
Some days, yeah.
gotta,
That's why I had rest days. I needed rest days from my
Right.
phone too.
Mm.
Like literally just wanted to mountain bike and not touch my phone. So hence the 44 days documented.
Yeah,
Not
well,
60.
I mean, I gotta hand it to you. It's a feat.
Thanks, mate.
It's a
Honestly.
feet and some hands and legs and arms, everything. Yeah, I don't know how you did it.
Honestly,
Are
for the
you-
cause, it's a good time.
You making up the narration as you go? Are you writing it?
Bit of both. So if something's happening out there, I'll just literally take a note because you're literally just writing by yourself all day long.
You're taking
and so
notes.
you're just narrating it in your head anyway. You know, that was sick, or that was entertaining, or this is horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just take literally a dot point, and then at the end of the day, you've got your whole script done.
What does that look like? What you're pulling up? Just like notes?
I've literally got a note full of like everyday bikepacking, and it will start with like brekkie here, or sometimes the intro you'd learn to make it the most exciting part of the day. So if something you do a quick one at the start of the day, and then it was overridden by having to get moved on from your stealth camp spot because you got caught, or because like you're so deep in the hurt and traffic's wild and you just want this day to be done. So you're just like, I'll capture that instead. So you got better at making it really engaging. But the more exciting, more dramatic, yeah, that's
Maybe you should like print out all the notes and then post them up in the SRAM tent so we can see the way
That'd be cool.
day by day. Honestly, it's been a good time.
Yeah,
And
you got
it's
kicked
good
out
to-
of spots?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, like
Kind of want to know more about this before we sign off here.
Mate, at the end of the day, it was like 6 p.m. I was super tired and there was a mountain I was about to climb. I was like, no, I'm done for the day. And jumped off the side of the road behind a locked gate and just set up camp in these like bushes. And then I'm pretty good at finding stealth camp spots now, but got caught. Like this guy was just wandering past and he was like, this is private property. I was like, it doesn't feel like it. It's definitely got the sign that says. Anyway, I was like, I'm not going to. It was in the Emerald Triangle, if you know what that is. Like where they used to grow a lot of dope. And so people are super like gated around private land and all land. So I was like, oh, stuff, but I'll just get on my bike and ride off. I'm not going to, cause a scene. But then it was 7 p.m. and I had to do this mammoth climb, like a 20-kilometer climb into like, I can't even remember what it's called, Leggett. And that was the most brutal day. But rolled into this hiker biker camp spot, absolutely cooked, but had just done the hardest climb of the trip in the space of no time because you were hustling because I didn't want to get eaten by a cougar. Like, you're alone at night, it was dusk, you know, you almost there. I called Mum, I was like, Mum, I'm about to do like a 3-hour climb. Can you just chat with me? Because I'm scared shitless. And yeah, Mum just like sat there with me for 3 hours as I climbed this enormous thing, absolutely exhausted.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a
Wow.
fun little
What did you guys talk about?
I was narrating the whole ride, like, oh, there's a corner coming up. It looks really nice. There's a steep hill next to it.
Hey, Mom, what's your favorite Subway sandwich?
Me and Mum have never been closer because we just like chat about shit like that. And
I feel like, did that put your mom on edge more? Because she's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, she's scared.
She's
oh my
got
God.
my live
Why you have
location.
your headphones on? You
Yeah.
should take those out. What the hell am I doing talking to you? You should be looking around.
it was empty. No one on the highway. It was Highway 101. I didn't see a single car.
Wow.
It's that late, but
Wow.
nah, good eggs.
Well, I'm just so impressed. It's insane. We just can't even understand the magnitude of what you just did sitting here at this table, just talking about it. It's like, I have to keep reminding myself, no, you really did that. It's not just a freaking Instagram story or a reel. You really did that.
Trust me, same. Like at the start of it, when you look at the map and you zoom out, you're like, what have I done? Like, what have I said? I'd go like this is wild. It's too much. It's just like day by day. It's achievable, and towards the end, you're in the routine, so it's easy. But yeah,
And that stuff's really happening in the ocean, folks. So where do they send a donation? GoFundMe.com.
it is going.
/
Yeah, good question.
We'll put it in the description.
Google
for sure.
search it.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. They're still going. We're over 33 now, almost 34.
What was the goal?
10.
10.
Oh, nice.
It's wild, eh? And then we just kept upping it, and now people are still blowing the doors off.
Well,
So-
yeah, I'm taking my 12 cents back. Though.
It's awesome. They're so good. Thank you, guys. Such a pleasure.
I'm never having the seafood sandwich at Subway ever again.
Do they
I
have
could
one?
just-
I don't
They
think there's
do.
any fish in
They
there
do.
anyway.
Yeah, no,
That's
that was
just-
very borderline. It was like a red snapper kind of thing. Fake. Boy, am I hungry. Well, are you, speaking of food, are you well fed? We've been feeding off each other quite a bit in this.
Metaphorically.
I am so well fed.
Nice.
Thanks, guys.
It's great. Thanks to the Ava once again for hooking it up. The roundest tables in all of Whistler. Most ironed tablecloths.
Good
Yeah,
job.
great place to stay. How do we end these things? What do we say?
Dave has a.
Yeah, I have a
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
I have a
What's your
thing.
thing, Dave?
Please leave us a message at speakpipe.com/feeding off each other. Leave us a voicemail. Ask us a question. Doesn't have to be bike related. Doesn't have to be, hey, come ride in my small town.
Barnacle facts. We love barnacle
Anything.
facts. Yeah.
If anyone wants to argue about the pluralization of octopus,
Octopus. What was it?
pusses.
Octopuses. Right.
Yeah.
To bleep that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come at me, bro. Jason?
And we also have a plethora of merch available at maholomydude.com. So visit there.
This seems bad for the environment.
Yeah.
Fast fashion folk. Maybe don't. Maybe just
No, it's
donate.
slow. It
Don't
takes
do that.
months to
Just
show
get
up.
the merch. Donate. Yeah, you don't need that.
Yeah. I'm done.
All right. And for Christ's sake, subscribe and like, please. And as always,
I'm not.
Thank you for listening to Feeding Off Each Other. Please subscribe for more great podcasts.